introduce. Sure. I think what you we on your mind, you're bringing it up, right? You're saying the wholesaler things because we are wholesalers, right?
Mhm.
But it's better if it's not somebody that we're trying to sell a deal to, we usually don't really like go and go to the full extent unless it's somebody that it wouldn't necessarily work as a banger of a deal, but we will still try, right? That's when we say, hey man, look, this is another option. What I can do for you is try to find somebody and in the area because I have people in the area that can probably would be potentially interested in buying your house. That's what I could do for you. And then
If they
go,
don't want the wholesaler.
huh?
If they don't want the wholesaler, you're saying?
No, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. So
Oh.
just keep it as if you're the real buyer.
Hmm.
Okay. Just keep it as if
Okay.
you're the real buyer, the position person.
Is that how you'll do it?
That's who we do.
Okay. Okay, so if I am the real buyer, like in the script here, I think it's like somebody said, maybe he's not saying that, you're not saying that right now, but we have like the positioning, like we are people like you don't pay, you don't have to do a show, like a bunch of showings or a bunch of different buyers. We pay cash, no contingencies, and we pay all the closing costs.
Adelante, that's part of the script. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part because that is part of what we do.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I am to say I'm the real buyer,
Mm,
none of that will tell them that we're not, right?
no, exactly. Good, how are you? Está ahí con Dylan, ¿no? No sé si están con ropa.
¿Quién es María?
No, es la novia de José.
Ah, ok.
Um, so correct. So pretty much what we're doing in that call is telling them, hey, look, um, we're interested in potentially buying the house. If we do it, this is how we do it. No closing costs on your end. We pay the closing costs.
Mhm.
We can close on your timeline, like 2 to 3 weeks,
Mhm.
and you don't put another cent into the property. We buy the property as is.
Okay.
Does that make
Well, the
sense?
problem. Yes.
So that's what we
Yes.
tell them because that's a way of making an offer. You can negotiate anything though, right? You can negotiate the timeline, you can negotiate how much the closing costs are you guys gonna pay if you guys want to split it. But we're telling them, hey, we made like the way that we do it is like, hey man, this is cash, this is as is, and you don't have to worry about the closing costs or the timeline. So it's pretty attractive for the seller because the number that I give to them is the net number that they're gonna get.
We pay cash at the other house. You don't have to worry about putting one more penny into the property. Okay. So, okay. So we are appealing to the seller. You were to the seller, right?
We make the offer appealing to the seller.
Yes. So
Yes.
now the reason why he will say this house is 3,100, and you're telling me that the offer that you're offering is the offer that they're gonna get. Like, where is that gap between where they get that number and what you offer or what I'm missing?
Rephrase that for me.
Okay. So I just heard you said that the number that you were gonna give them is the number that they're gonna get.
Correct.
May I know what that means?
Why? Because sometimes whenever you get a real estate transaction, they discount things from you. Like the closing costs. If me and you agree that I'm gonna buy the house, but we're gonna split the closing costs, the $100,000 that I'm paying you, on your end of the receipt is gonna show 100,000 minus half of the closing cost. But now, since I'm offering you in this other offer that I'm gonna pay you $100,000 and I'm gonna pay the closing costs, that means that you get the $100,000 net to you. Nothing
Yeah.
else is counted further.
Mhm. But this is still like, let's say with the example of this person that we're talking about, which is 310, right, thousand that they're thinking that they can get with for the house with a realtor, and we are offering 120, right? Like even if they pay
I'm
the
not offering
costing,
120. We're offering what it works. Other people are calling him offering 120.
what we offer what works.
We offer what works. That's why I told you, like, we have to go and see the property first before you go into the call because we are going to give you the numbers to tell him.
Yeah, and that's why I need at least at the beginning just to be with like somebody there to, give me the numbers. Yeah.
I understand. I understand. We are going to give you the numbers. So,
Yeah.
as far as numbers, you don't really have to learn how to get those numbers. However, I would love if you can understand the concept. So keep asking me if you need clearance or anything. I would love to give it to you because you're gonna need it in order for you to actually, like have
Mhm.
a good grasp.
Yes, yes. So, okay, so we give what works. And when we say we give what works, uh, in your experience, what have you seen is like between 310,000 and a house that he's thinking in the market is that price. And then you offering how much? Would it be closer to 120?
Depends.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on what the house is worth after being repaired slash updated.
But okay, so besides the benefit of not paying the closing costs,
Oh,
besides, okay,
did you understand what I said?
yes, I understand because I've heard it in the show that you sent me. I've been watching the show.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Well,
so I understand some of the concepts. I just need to understand your business specifically, you
well,
know?
it depends.
Mhm.
Depends because if the property can be sold for 350, it doesn't make sense, right?
It makes sense to offer 120.
To offer to offer 310.
Of
It would,
course.
it would make sense. It depends of how much I can sell this shit for and how much money do I have to put in this bitch. All those two. How much
Mhm.
money
Yeah.
and then after that, you can infatuate how much money the investor that you're gonna sell it to
Mhm.
wants to make, how much money you want to make.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, potencial, gastos, profit para investor, profit para ti. And
Mhm. Well, the profit, it is in those first two factors. How much repair is it gonna need, and how much is gonna go in the market after repair and remodeling.
also how much money the wholesaler wants to make because sometimes, fuck, the wholesaler might want to be making like $50,000, $60,000 in one transaction, and the transaction just doesn't suffice that because the property needs much work. So if they buy it for 120, they wants to make 60. That means that they're selling at 180, but the property needs 100,000. If you can sell it for
I mean,
350.
but if you as a wholesaler can make at least 10,000 from like the deal, wouldn't it be still worth it?
Us, yes. Not
Okay.
all.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that for you.
For me, yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like it depends because that 120 number, it depends of what the actual condition of the house is and how much potential the house is. Because if it doesn't need repairs and I can sell this for 350. I'll tell you, I probably won't offer 120, but I can offer fucking shit. I can offer more. Probably can offer 200. Maybe I can offer 180 because it does not need a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. Now we're
Yeah.
gonna do that part, but ask me about the business, about like any other concept that you may not understand, if that makes sense.
Yes. So now the other thing that I do not understand is, okay, so why is it more beneficial for a seller to actually sell to a cash buyer than instead of putting it as with a real estate agent? I understand that the closing costs are, you know, prorated inside of the number that they're actually putting the house in the market for. So they're not really getting that number. But I don't understand what any other, like, okay, so the other not competition, but like advantage I would see is like this is faster, right? And this doesn't this could be fast too, or it could take 2 years. Right? Yes. So like that's the other the benefit. And then the other benefit it will be that it's less hassle. All right. Like you could have to have a lot of showings, throughout those 2 years. And then there's a lot of time that you're waiting to sell the house, and there's a lot of time that you personally, as the person who is selling the house, besides the realtor, may have to be involved in, because if you're still living in the property, you have to open the door, if you don't want to give you a key to the realtor or something like that. But most people do also give a key to the
You
realtor.
just answer your own question.
Uh,
You just answer your own question.
yeah, I'm trying to go through everything that I already know, so you tell me what I don't know.
I'll tell you what you don't know. Besides the
Okay.
hassle of showings, is the hassle of having to go through an inspection and an
Mm.
approval from a bank. Hold on.
Well, I need to write it down.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Hold on. Because we do have an inspection period, but we're not a bank. The thing is, you're comparing
Mm.
my cash as me, the investor, versus somebody on the market. Most likely don't have the cash, doesn't have the cash. Most likely
Mhm.
somebody on the market needs a loan. Will this house pass a loan? Does this house have all the requirements to go through the loan?
That has to be actually part of the qualifying questions.
Well, we if you want to add that, then we can add that, you can usually tell, like if you want to communicate that to the seller, then I can see where you're coming from. But you can usually tell just by asking the condition of the house. Like, fuck, no, this needs a new HVAC. Oh shit, it doesn't qualify for a loan. Oh,
The what has to be what?
it needs a new air unit,
A new air unit. Okay.
HVAC unit. Oh, fuck, sorry, it doesn't qualify for a loan. The deck doesn't have railing. Oh shit, it doesn't qualify for a loan. It has leaks. Oh shit, it doesn't qualify for a loan. And guess what? Most of these properties that we buy for little cash do need a lot of work. So unless they want to put the money and the time and the hassle to have to repair it, they won't pass for a loan.
Yes. So what I am thinking it needs to
Está bien, bueno.
what I'm thinking it needs to be part of what information we um we ask a question so they can say that. They can actually realize, not for us saying or us realizing, but they can realize that this house is not going to pass through the bank and actually say that. So they question Like they question in the moment, they question if they're gonna be able to sell it, how long is it gonna take? It's not gonna pass through the bank, you know. So now they're
Like
really
problem awareness,
qualifying themselves into making this a better option for them.
like problem awareness type of thing. Type of question. Like, oh, okay, got you. So, but what you telling me the property needs, do you think it will go through a loan inspection?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Now we can definitely say that. Um, what I've seen, and that definitely adds some weight because they're going to think about it. But what I've seen so far is that motivation is the biggest driver.
No,
Motivation is the big.
yes, yes, but it's everything because in this like they have the
This guy,
motivation.
this guy, you say
Oh,
that is this guy that has a realtor. You saying?
well, correct. Like for people who are not in a hurry, you know, like we need to like okay, you're not in a hurry, but like what is not a hurry first? Like, can you afford to not sell the house for another 2, 3, 10 years?
Damn.
You know,
That
like
nigga's
what
probably
is
gonna tell that all right.
what does it mean to not be in a hurry? Like, and you like bring up that feeling, you know, you see how you felt that, you
Damn.
know, like because what you're actually doing in this process is creating feelings.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
So because we're like manipulating people, no, I'm not manipulating. we are we are trying to help them see to like the real weight of the problem because what happens is like a lot of the time people don't even see like what is holding them back. Like a lot of people just see their situation, but they don't realize how bad their situation actually is. Like, and I have this happening. Definitely, I've seen this inside of like my when I was doing the sex, love, and relationship coaching. These were more women, but still, like this is actually true in general for people. Um, so if somebody's like not in a hurry, like a lot of my clients are not in a hurry to get a car. But every some they have to be asking for a ride every day. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, how long that has been happening? Okay, like how can you come today and we like help you solve this problem? Well, it's because I'm working a lot. Okay. But you also have to ask for a ride every time and you may not be able to get to work. So they don't realize like, okay, so what happens if they don't go to work? Or what happens if they quit tomorrow? You're not gonna be able to go to work. What happens if they're deported tomorrow? You know? Like you don't know, like they can't see actually how important it is to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Um so asking those type of questions and creating that feeling of shock, okay, like can you afford to not sell a house in like 2, 10 years from now?
Yeah. That's not in a hurry at all.
Well, like and the like skeptical asshole answer would be um well, it's not gonna take me that long. I mean, maximum it would take a year. Hmm. Hmm. And just with like your your knowledge based on the conditions of the house right now, do you feel it will pass the bank inspection?
Uh, what you mean the bank inspection? I mean, if I post it, my realtor told me that if I post it on the market, we're probably going to attract another investor that's probably going to pay. a premium.
Hmm.
So
Mm,
what do you mean by what loan?
mm. Um, okay. Mm, Scott, do you know how the selling process of a house in the market in comparison with selling the house to an investor is?
I mean, I would think it's the same, but it's just that I have to pay this realtor, and I don't mind paying him because he told me he was gonna give me more. So,
Hmm. Mm,
and I believe
yeah.
him. I've seen him do it.
Mm.
Someone's gonna get more, and probably he's. I know. Look, I know I'm not in a hurry, so I don't mind waiting a little bit more to get some more. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm. Mm.
saying?
When you say you watch him do it, like, may I know what you mean by that?
I've seen these guys sell houses up and down.
Hmm. Warehouses in the the conditions that your property is at right now?
It's a good question. Um, to be honest, I don't know. I'm not sure. But he sells a lot, so he's an expert. I don't know how many properties you guys buy, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he's an
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we definitely have, years in the market doing this business. We close at least, you know, 30 to 50 deals a year.
a month. Damn. You almost said a month. I'm like, damn. Fuck yeah.
Um, we are very seasoned with how the market works. Um, but it may be a good question for your realtor that just ask him um if your house will pass the inspection with the bank. It's just most ordinary buyers, they don't, have the funds to buy cash. So they're going to have to go through a bank. And if the bank doesn't think the house is past their inspection, they won't loan the money to a buyer.
Now, I wanna make un paréntesis. Just so you know, every loan that the bank has way different type of products, right? Their business is money. Whenever we talk about loans for houses, they have different type of loans, and every loan has different type of requirements. So that's exactly what sometimes the house does not meet the loan requirements. Okay, just so you know. And most fucked up houses don't meet the ordinary buyer's loan because there are usually two loans that they use, FHA or conventional.
Mhm, mhm. So you're saying most ordinary buyers.
I mean, all ordinary, well, all ordinary buyers, because then you have some of this shit. But yeah, most ordinary buyers, they use FHA or they use conventional loans, and usually fucked up houses that the ones that we look does not pass, but it's because they don't meet the requirements. Okay, but
Got it.
other than that, it was perfect because you just made a suggestion. Okay, let me
Mm.
answer. Actually, found this nigga. Um, oh, I did tell him that, and we did discuss about that, and I mean, he said that probably we won't, and probably we're gonna have to wait for an investor. But he said that he was gonna fight for me, and he's a seasoned realtor. I trust him, and I know he's gonna find somebody that will bring me a fair cash offer. It's like I have
Mm-hmm.
not have gotten any luck with all these fucking scammers that call me trying to get my house at 40 cents on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Are you one of those?
Yeah, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. Um, no, I do, serious business. Um, we pride ourselves on being able to help people that need to sell their property and people who can pass the bank inspections, and it's gonna take them maybe, 2 to 3 to 5 years to actually find whether realtor um said. Um, but I totally understand, if you really trust this person, I my line is definitely open. If you see that it's taking very long, we're here, you know. Hopefully we still have cash. Hopefully we still have cash, but um I'm sure things are gonna work out. Do you, I mean, you say you trust him, right? Do you trust him?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How many properties have you seen him sold?
So like throughout my life, I mean, probably more than 70.
Mm-hmm.
What I've seen him sold, and I'm not keeping track of the numbers, but he sells a bunch a month. So
Mm-hmm.
been in business for more than 5 years now, and ever since he started, he's been a pretty good guy. I mean, I wasn't thinking on listing it, but if I had to list it, that was the one that I was always had in mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, you know him then since you're well. How old are y'all? Like you said, like, how many years you said? 30, 70 years?
Who, me?
Yeah. How long he's been doing this for?
Oh, he's been doing business for 5 years.
Oh, and he has sold 70 houses in 5 years.
I'm telling you, man, this guy's a killer.
Oh, well, you actually may have something right there.
Yeah. That's why I'm confident he's going to bring me a cash offer at the price that I'm asking. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, what was his name again?
His name is Pablo.
Pablo.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you saw him selling the houses?
Well, yeah, yeah, I've seen him over the years. He's not a close friend, but somebody I know. Actually, funny thing, we met in jail because we both had a DUI at the same night. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Hmm. 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 So when you say that he has sold, like, how do you know that he sold those 70 houses? Like he told you, how do you know that?
I follow him on Instagram and he posts every time with the closings, and I see at least 3 posts. I've seen for this 5 years, 3 posts a month at least.
Mm,
So
mm,
5 times 12 times three, you know what I'm saying? I think it's more than 70.
maybe a month, 3 by 12 is six,
Three by 12 is
36,
not six, lady.
36. No, I was making the math.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I was like speaking out loud, just like watching the numbers in my head. Yeah, it will be like around like 36 and then now multiply by five. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
oh,
Yeah,
how
I
many?
can see that. Hmm. Yeah, and how do you know like the the properties that he poses are real?
What?
Yeah, like, a lot of people fake social media a lot. So,
Ah, yeah,
like,
no. Well, what he does is he posts the pictures with the people that he's closing with,
mhm.
and he's every time he's doing it in an attorney's office. Now, if he's staging that, he's doing a hell of a job. And I actually know that attorney as well. So, it's just a close relationship. But anyhow, um, do you call me to make me an offer? Or what exactly you're looking to do here?
Well, I wanted to see first, like, if was even, like if you were really interested. It sounds to me that you are not because you have like a confident trust in this and your realtor. So I don't really know if it will be even worthy to give you an offer by this point. Um yeah.
Yeah, I'm confident he's gonna get it sold. Um, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to hear what you got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I already
Mm.
spent 15, 20 minutes with you on the phone.
Yeah, we're having quite of a chat.
Um,
Um, well, okay, so by this point, what would I be doing? Like, I
qualify.
don't have the prices.
Well, you will before you make that call. But keep keep any PQ in his ass, okay? Confirming information that you got on timeline, condition, and motivation. Do you remember the information, Momento, about this guy?
I would prefer to review it, but I remember he lying about putting on the with the realtor, and he's saying that he was not in a hurry. And then I remember all the bad things that your appointment setter did.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the property is he has two houses in one lot. He Sebastian did not get a condition of it, so you got to find out what the condition is. He didn't give a price. Oh, he said 200K, I think, for his price. Give or take. I think he said 200K. But anyways, find that out for you because what you're doing is a follow-up call. So you will have some information there to actually review. But it's better if you go over the information and make sure that the information that you got is right. Right? But the way that you making sure is not just reading and asking again, it's just with your skills, open them up in every single topic.
Mhm.
Timeline, motivation, condition, price.
Timeline, motivation, condition, price. That's in the script, right?
That's on the script, yeah. But you're gonna start from here. Like, I mean, yes, we have been having quite a chat. I think it will be good. Now, I've seen the conversation, the notes that Sebas did. Um, let me ask you this. I don't think he got what the condition of the property is. So, um, could you walk me through what what the current condition is? Or another question is, okay, got you. Have you done any repairs or remodelings in the last 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
Is the property livable? Okay, yeah. If you would do something to it, because remember, the whole business is repairing things, make it look pretty, and then selling them. So if you would do something to it, what would you do?
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Mm,
can we role play? Lo podemos role play.
yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay, so I don't think Dylan told me the specifics of the conditions of the property. Can you walk me through it just so I can have a better understanding or where we're standing?
better understanding where we're standing, of course. Um, yeah, both properties are rented, and yeah, I mean, everything is pretty much original. You know, you well, actually, one of them, and the blue one, I replaced the roof about 5 years ago. Actually, put a metal roof in it, and also in the other one, the white one, I replaced an HVAC. But everything else on those properties works. It's just not up to date.
Mhm. If you were to do something to the property, what would that be?
Excellent tone too. Um, so I mean, if I was gonna do, I mean, don't go by what I said because trying to sell you something, but I want to be honest with you as well. Um, I don't know what you guys do to make your money, but like I'm saying, like uh, everything needs repair, so probably floors. I would redo that kitchen and the bathrooms for sure. I would paint it. I would
Mm-hmm.
cut the grass. I will
Mm-hmm.
wash it on the outside. I will repair the roof on the white one,
The roof.
the roof.
Mm. Well, what's going on with the roof?
This is old metal roof. Been there
Mm.
since about that.
How old is it?
The house,
The
house
house?
1978.
And have you ever changed the roof?
I just told you I haven't.
Wow. Uh-huh. Okay. Um, hmm. Is there anything else that you will change?
About it.
Hmm.
Plumbing and electrical, I always kept good. So those are good. But other than that,
Mm-hmm.
those are good properties, are livable properties. They're just not up to date. That's what I would do, at least. Now, another question would be that if you had to put a number to what do you think the property needs, what would that number be?
Okay. And you have to put a number of what the property needs.
Oh, if you would have to put a number that you would spend on repairs in order to
Okay.
make it good.
Yeah. If okay. So with everything you're mentioning, like the the painting, the repairs, washing the house. You said something else in the beginning I actually lost, but that's very important for me to actually pay attention to because that is actually where you get there, where you actually can negotiate. So um yeah, with like the repairs and like having to do the roof, um how much do you feel it would cost to repair all of these things you mentioned?
Well, I would say about 40,000 in each house, to be completely honest with
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said 40,000?
Yeah, this exactly what I said.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so considering um, you know, is which I should have said I think in there is better to say something around if that's like is that like like I want to downplay the number through a question. So to downplay the number, what I want to do it is ask a question on the lines of, is that like your humble estimate? But
Yeah,
like I don't, yeah, but like I don't know if I don't think that's actually the question.
I understand what you're trying to say. What you're trying to say is that being conservative, or is that, being, like very, very accounting for everything and extra
What was the last part? Accounting,
for everything and extra because you're trying.
accounting from everything and extra.
Is that what you were trying to ask?
Hmm.
Okay. Do you smoke?
Yeah. I didn't smoke though. I got a half a gummy.
All right.
I'm doing good though. I'm doing good. We're still making a lot of progress. Okay. So, um, okay. Is that um is that you being modest with the repairs, like materials that are lower cost and when
I want to say materials that are low in cost. Like,
it didn't feel right
yeah, you just feel a little, could turn into a little.
condescending.
Uh-huh. So,
Yeah.
would you say that that's a number that is being conservative, or would you say that would be accounting for everything and more?
Mm. Okay, I can't, yeah, I like that. And the tone is on the lines too. Okay.
Answer. Okay. Um. Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say what you said.
Okay.
Okay. Do you feel that's a number that is being like on the conservative side or on taking into account all the repairs and more?
I actually think, eh, well, that's a pretty good question. Throughout the years, I've I've flipped or done a couple houses, like quite a few houses myself, and fixed. So this is just my uh, number. I think that, my people would charge that amount in order to make it look pretty, rentable enough, because that's what I do. I don't repair to sell, if that makes sense. But now I'm older, consider about retiring. Um, so I don't know what your standard is, right? I want to say it might be a little low, maybe, but
Okay,
obviously
so the repairs for selling are higher than the repairs for renting? Is that a thing?
no. This is a
Okay.
guy that doesn't know.
Okay, but I need to know.
Right, right, right. So no, repairing a house, either if you are going to rent it or sell it, the repairs are the same, but the quality of the work, like the list of items that need repair are the same. Now, the quality of these items are completely different. You feel me? A
Okay, but
property,
that's what I'm saying. Hmm.
a property that's going to be rented doesn't necessarily need to be pristine or like, doesn't have to have nice combination of colors, nice doors. You know what I'm saying? Versus a
Yeah,
property that you're
I
trying to stay.
understand. Yeah, I understand because it's still your house, you know?
It will make more sense if you put a little bit like, you know, taste into it. So somebody that wants a house is gonna be like, yo, let me get this. But if you're gonna rent it, you're gonna put shit that they can destroy it and then go on. So it might be a
Hmm.
depending on what you
Yeah.
want, right? Also,
Okay, so there needs to be a way of saying that and kind of explaining that if a client was educated, because you want to work with both people. If he doesn't know, you don't say anything, you know. But if they know, you also have to know how to work with that because I have clients where I sell cars. I have clients who know, especially American clients. Oh my God, like know everything about the car. They ask you how like when the tires were made,
okay.
When, yes. Yeah, so I mean that's extreme, but you have people who know. I had a client that was asking me specific questions, other people that have like the other people in the Hispanic community that hasn't ask you the same type of questions, but the American clients just more educated about cars because it's maybe like a culture. So
Okay, got you.
um
So
yeah.
also, so you don't like it doesn't need to be what we need to do here is you need to get a number out of him just so you can get an idea and ask him, do you think this number is right? And I responded, I might be a little bit short. I
Mm,
said that. I said that as a Scot. Say, oh well, 40,000 per property might be a little bit short. But I
a
honestly
little
don't.
bit.
That's exactly where you take the conversation from there. A little bit short.
Hmm.
Yeah, you might want to account for more stuff that I account for. I don't know what you do. That's for you to figure out.
Yeah. You Scott, I know you know some about this. So uh, y- you have an understanding that to sell a house, the type of repairs have to be of really high quality and this it's not design, that's not the word. High quality and high presentation. How will you articulate that?
I'll just say, when usually when we fix houses that we're gonna sell, um, we put a little bit more effort in the end product versus houses we're just rent and probably get another renter next year. So we put stuff on the rental homes that's probably a little bit more cheaper because it's gonna be more wear and tear versus a little bit higher quality just so we attract better buyers.
Mhm. Okay, yes. So okay. So Scott, I know you already know some about this. So you have an understanding that to sell a house, the type of repairs and final presentation is of different quality than when it is just from renting.
Almost there, almost there. I would say, okay, like, how can I keep it short? You say, Scott, you're in the game. I know you you know and understand this. That when somebody goes into renting, possibly they put in okay, possibly they put in stuff a little bit of less higher quality, um, because of the wear and tear. Oh, okay, I know how to say it. Scott,
Okay.
I know you're in the game. You have multiple rentals. So do you are familiar with the wear and tear on those properties. So if I were to rent this thing, I would definitely put some stuff that, it's not high cost and it just, it's good enough so somebody can rent it there for a while, then get out. But when we selling these things, that's when we go a little bit more in. But I don't know, because that would, I don't know if that like going into there would be even. Do you think it's important going into there?
Well, only if he knows, only if he comes up, because you're practically here, you are pre-handling objections.
Right, right. But do you think so? Where do you want to? What do you want him to say? Do you want him to say, oh, "Okay, this property will probably needs more than 40,000 per house"?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, gotcha. Okay, $40,000. Where does that number come from? Oh, I mean, throughout the years, that's what it cost me. I got you, and that's what it costed you to rent. So to put them up, just good enough to rent them, or do they
Yeah,
actually
but
exceed?
that if that is the answer, but if they say, I don't know, I just made up that number from what I've heard my cousin say.
So is this your only rental property? Yeah, and I've never fixed it. Oh, okay, I got you. I understand. Um, if you were to rent this thing, um, if you were to rent, because then you would need to play it as make him imagine if he was us, right? And see it from our point of view. So if you were to rent,
Correct.
if you were to rent something, or if you were to repair it,
Other thing that you're doing in this moment, it is identity framing him. As you are in the game, you are making reason with me, like because what part of heart of this, what I understand is and not just that, you're actually talking with men. So men are more logical in general. So, yeah, motivation is really important, and even men will go through motivation, but when they are not in a hurry, you know, yeah, maybe we can find the real motivation, but like this is like a smoke screen, for them not to be able to open up, because we practically went directly to negotiation. We didn't really go like deep, 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 because what happens is here, I think he's already trying to negotiate from the get-go, So it's like, okay, let me ask you, why do you want to sell this property in the first place? We should have done that question. We didn't do that question.
I got
Like,
so you rather go into motivation first.
yeah, I mean, but like all of this is great. Like all of what we just did right now was really great because he actually gives me a really good idea of what I would say if it have like it goes any some sort of left. But like
There's
I
no
don't
other.
know, like we're a little spread right now. We're not totally doing it in order. We're kind of just going with the conversation. But like what we really need to do, it is have current situation, which we need to decide what that really is. Like, what is that we're trying to find out in the current situation that is going to help bring up the motivation. But the thing is, like, I am handling objections from the get-go because he already went to a realtor,
Right, 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 right. Right, exactly.
right? So but I couldn't have asked that question. What got you into even wanting to sell the house in the first place? Maybe when he asked me for an offer. Well, like, oh, yeah, I can definitely give you an offer. What, like, I know you wanted to go with a realtor. Like, so what made you want to sell this property in the first place? Well,
Or you can say definitely. I mean, we've been 30 fucking minutes on the phone. I got you. Um, okay, yeah, we can definitely get an offer. Let's see. But for Scott, first, well, help me actually understand why would you even want to sell this thing?
mm,
Help me
yeah.
understand. What got you into selling and going with a real job? Oh man, you know what? Mold, cranky, and,
Yeah.
and I want to retire.
Mm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
What you mean by that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you get into like the real with them, you know.
Like,
Yeah. So yeah, but we didn't do that. So
no, but I'm saying it would be a great pivot because, like, okay, I mean, yeah, I can give you an offer, but help me understand, like, why are you even selling this thing, dude? I mean, this thing is making you $1,200 per property, per
yeah.
house. You're getting 2,400. Like, why?
Yeah. 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 And then you can go into, even if it is not a total pain, you can go into the side, especially if like they're getting older too. Um, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's help these old people. Okay. So, okay. So Scott, um,
Grant,
well, of course I can go, over offer with you. I just really want to understand. I know you're going to the realtor. I know you want to offer. Why do you even want to sell this right now? Like you have coming in how much a month? Like 1,200 a month from renting?
I got some cash coming in, but I think it's time. I want to retire.
Hmm. Retire?
Yeah, I want to retire.
And
Oh, man.
how does that look for you? How does retirement looks for you?
Very good. Not having to worry about none of this. And somebody recommended a property manager, but I'm ready to cash out. I'm ready to let this go. My wife died, and been pretty lonely since then. So, um,
Thank you so much for sharing this with me. Like I know, how tender of a spot that can be.
damn, that's such an advantage, bro. That was great. Gosh, women can actually have an advantage, bro. Like that was pretty fucking good. Because you called me off and you were like, yo, thank you so much for sharing that with me. Like, I don't know how to say that, in the middle of somebody like telling me, because people tell me these type of stuff and I'm like, I'm so sorry to hear that. And then I pivot and keep going, but you're like on the spot, bro. That was pretty good.
Yeah, because I come from the sex love and relationship coaching too, So like in there I work with people in the deepest of their intimacy. So I'm not afraid to go there.
That was pretty fucking good, bro.
Yeah. But to be honest, it's not hard to get there just as a salesperson because it's really just being real with people, and help them feel safe. Because part of the reason that they're skeptical, part of the reason that they don't want to do business with you is basically their trust. That's everything that we're doing with this conversation is creating trust with them. And of course, help them see that this is a good opportunity for them because, that's the whole premises of the business that will help people to sell their houses fast, easy, fairly.
Exactly. That's I don't know. It just hate different on a not because it's not an objection, but on a soft spot where of people that you are required to show empathy and you showed it pretty well.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
I mean, you can be a man doing it. Like it doesn't have to, you don't have to do it like me. You know?
Yeah.
Like you just like saying it like that. You could slow it down a little bit more. Like, let's try it.
But it's because you could the way that you did it because I was talking, you were like, thank you for sharing that with like I don't know, you just caught me off there and started going and that
It
felt
felt
good.
right, because
Exactly.
yeah, it felt right, so I did it. Like the biggest actors, they are actually in the moment. So like one of like the ways that acting works is that you are actually like one of the ways and the techniques, the methodologies is that you are actually your script so well that you are actually present with the other human that is doing this scene with you and you can feel in real time. So the skill is about being present as much as possible and knowing what to say, which is practically the same thing that we're doing here.
Excellent. Yeah, pretty much we're just acting like if we know something. Oh, shit. That's fine. Okay, I got you. All right. Yeah, just she died and yeah, I just well, thank you very much first, but yeah, I just think it's time for me to move on and keep on with my life, if that makes sense. I don't
Yeah.
want to worry about
And
anything.
where will you go once you sell the house?
I don't live there. Like I said, I have it rented, so I have my spot.
Oh, you would just stay in your spot?
Probably so.
Yeah. So what will you do with the money that
No,
comes in?
whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice. Having some money to spend.
Mm-hmm. So if I'm understanding correctly, you just want to retire and sell this just to have more money?
Pretty much. Like this is the only property I have. Um, and I mean, I want to do some good before leaving this earth. So
Mm,
that money is gonna help me out too.
something good. Like, may I know like what?
Um, I had this idea of taking people, well, not taking people, but going to Guatemala and there's this ONG over there that is nonprofit that helps people out over there, and I can donate some of this money to there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think that
and
I mean if I can fly there too, it would be awesome.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm still trying to gain clarity here. You still have money coming in with renting the properties. So why not actually, just donate from that amount instead of staying without any steady income?
Well, also you know having properties comes out with responsibilities and things. So I don't want to be responsible for anything really. I don't want the tenants calling me. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no. You, something goes wrong, I have to show up and I'm like, oh man, with
Mm-hmm.
oh no, not the best attitude with this whole buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to live my life, maybe travel. And I like to smoke weed too, so I need something to pay that vice. So
So when you mentioned no wanting the tenants calling you, like something happened?
stuff happens.
Mm-hmm. Stuff like what?
I mean, you know, they they do repair, like, sometimes they have a toilet goes wrong, like it's not going through, or somebody's walking by the property, or the trash didn't go by, or the electric,
Mhm.
like anything. It's just like, man, like I'm I just to a phase of my life that I don't have to deal with people I don't want to.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's nonsense. Sometimes I understand, but most of the time it's just nonsense.
So, is that affecting you on a personal level?
Well, like I said, it's nonsense. I just don't like to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel?
Feel this like I just don't I don't just don't have a lot of patience.
And have you looked into other options besides the realtor and us? Have you looked for other ways to solve the problem of not having to deal with people and all of that? Have you looked into other ways?
Give me a second. Amor, ¿qué pasó?
Are you busy?
Sí, estoy platicando con Adriana.
Really?
Hey,
Okay. I was gonna ask you something quickly. Do you have um salsa de pasta?
¿De tomate?
Sí.
Genial.
I'm going to the bathroom, okay?
Dale, dale, dale. Sí, mira.
Para ver. Que dice ragu simple Oscar sauce. Pero estás ocupado ahorita.
We don't have much longer. I can call you when I finish.
No, pasa que me iba a hacer una mini pizza, but no tengo salsa de esa. Eso era para ver si me llevaba el pampita y me la hacía allá.
Tráetela.
Ah, pero tú también quieres.
Es un poquito.
Ok. Ya voy.
Dale, pues.
Dale.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
okay.
Yes.
I don't have much longer apparently, but um,
Sorry.
no, you're good.
Okay.
Let's let's try to like hit let's do
I
it
was
until
going through the phases. I was going through the phases now. I was like, going to past awareness.
yeah, let's do it up until like 10 more minutes. Then we can call it a
Okay,
night.
let's just have the conversation. I'm going to try to go through the phases because that's what I need to do anyway, you know.
Definitely, definitely. Okay. Yeah. I don't know of any other way that I can sell or keep this thing and not having to deal with it besides getting a property manager, but I really don't trust none of those companies.
Mm,
Not even like the idea, so I think it will be
yeah,
good.
that could be trouble. That could be trouble for sure. Hmm. Well, let's say you were able to get the money for the house and being able to go to Guatemala and donate to these places you want to donate before your your time of death, and you being able to feel like you did something good before leaving this earth. What would that do for you?
And I will feel pretty good, to be honest with you. That's what I'm looking to do, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, I had a
Like, mm-hmm.
I had an idea. Now I feel like I have it mapped out.
You feel like what?
Now I feel like I really have it mapped out.
Yeah, you have it mapped out now. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. By selling the house.
Well, by selling the house, I think I have a better idea of even why I'm selling the house. I had quite an idea, but now I see how it's kind of like, I really want to
Mm-hmm.
sell the house. So,
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. Yes. Hmm. I
this
can tell.
this happened today. A lady, Dylan wasn't really putting the NPQ questions, but today he did. And bro, this lady le agradeció como 4 veces. Like, I really, really, really thank you so much because it calmed me down to talk to you. Um,
Mm,
I really appreciate you and all this stuff because she felt understood.
mm,
It was
mm.
nice. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
I hope he actually recorded our call.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Okay. So, um, oh damn, what I was um it's future awareness. Okay. So you being able to sell the house and go through the plans so you can go to Guatemala, retire, don't have to deal with these people anymore. Like, I know you're saying you will feel like nice, just nice.
Just what, pardon me, what was the last word?
Maybe that, how do you receive that? Oh, you didn't really hear me.
No, I didn't really hear you.
Mm. Uh, so you'll being able to go to Guatemala and donate and do something good with your life before, you pass. You being able to do that and not have to deal with these people anymore, or all mm, that you have to be responsible for now. You're saying it will feel nice. Is like, what do you mean by nice?
Like, actually, truly, strongly nice to do something good on this earth before you leave. That's what I mean. And
Mm,
also nice because it's a relief that I'm retired completely because I don't work. This is the only thing that bothers me really, and if I can take it out
Yeah.
the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what is gonna happen though if nothing changes and everything stays the same right now for another year, two, three?
all I mean, it would just be unpleasant if they keep if they keep calling me and stuff. Yeah, that would
Have
be
you considered that it could get even worse?
how
I don't know. Like they kill someone in the apartment.
gosh. Fuck no.
It's
I've not
like, I
considered
don't
that.
know, you know, like
I definitely have not considered that.
I hear stories all the time. So I'm just, I know you try to think about everything. So I will think definitely about that.
Definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely would be a bugger. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that.
Well, I can see with everything you've told me, I can see why it is important to you now, though.
Yeah,
Is it's important to you now?
yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Why? Why is important for you now?
because I don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, if you don't want to deal with it, and with everything that we are considering when it comes to the repairs, being able to have the repairs be in really good quality so we can present the house in showings for selling the house to the public. Um, Considering that that's different, the price of repairing is just for renting, which I know you don't want to do anymore. Um, I mean, the offer that I could give you will be boom.
Puta. All right. Well, maybe if we can do boom,
Um, Boom.
boom, boom.
How do you feel it?
It felt well, could be tweaked. I think if we say
The last part, the last part.
yeah, that's for it. So because what you're trying to do is just pretty much summarize your understanding of the situation and what he wants.
Yeah.
Then be like, okay, I think I have a good understanding. Okay, got you. Well, based on what we spoke, based on what the property needs, my offer would be boom, so that you can boom.
Yeah.
So
Correct. Okay. Yes. So my offer will be pump so you can pump.
yeah, um, so my offer would be $135,000. That's net to you, and we'll pay all the closing costs. That's why I said it's net to you, because then no other cost would be subtracted from that number. Um,
Yeah. Okay, okay. So I actually do need to do that presentation. Okay. So my offer will be with everything we have considered and the repairs that have to be of more quality for selling it to the public instead of, the ones for renting that I know you don't want to do anymore. Um, Considering that, I, my offer will be 120, like for you to be able to go to Guatemala now and start donating and doing what you really want to do now, and you don't having to deal with all these people all the time and be on purpose
Right.
with alignment with your life so you can go in where I'm understanding wanting to do something before going. So to me, that's like I want to live this earth like that, you know. So for me, it's a now thing, and I want to be able to work with you in that.
But you're pre-handling a lot of stuff right now. So what about this? Hear me out and you role play as me.
Yeah.
So okay, so I think I have a pretty good understanding. Um, yeah, I understand. Okay. Based on everything we discussed, the amount of repairs that the property needs, and the timeline that you're needing, the best my offer would be $135,000 to you, and that's a net number, meaning that that's everything you get. All the closing costs will cover it. You don't have to put another cent into the property. You don't have to fix any toilet if they call you saying, "Hey, there's a toilet that needs to be fixed." Everything will take care of. Well, what do you think about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about it?
No, I'm saying like you are the seller now. I'm the caller.
Oh, oh, okay, got it, got it. I thought we were talking about the difference between what you said and what I said. Okay.
No, I'm not done too. That's what I'm saying. Like
Huh?
I'm not done. That's why I'm asking you to be the seller.
Okay. Mm, I mean, I'm not really sure, like I don't think it's gonna take that long to sell the house.
You
So I just think I wanna wait at least a little bit, and I have your number, so I can call you back, right?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Or just a suggestion. We could figure something that works for the both of us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you say you can wait a little bit, I understand you said this from the get-go, you're not in a rush. But I know that you don't like these people bothering you. How long you think you can keep this going?
I mean, I've been dealing with them for a while. Like, I'm sure I can do another 6 months.
6 months of it?
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing more than that.
I think you're being generous with 6 months. How much
Mm,
are you asking for the house with the realtor again?
310.
310.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, help me understand. Does it do anything to you? The fact that I can come in cash, that you wouldn't have to wait 6 months, um, that you can forget about the tenants, the fact that this would actually help you in your journey in Guatemala and everything you want to do. This doing something for you, or in that sense,
What do
Is
you
it
mean?
is it doing anything for you in that sense, or not? It's not helping you with any of this stuff, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen anyway, right? Like that's when I'm selling the house. So I know that's going to happen. When it's gonna happen, like there's perfect timing for everything.
Right, right. This is a good saying. I always hear that saying. Okay. So it's more about price then.
Yeah, of course it's about price because, like I paid 3,000 for this house.
3,000?
Sorry, 30,000. How much am I selling the house? Sorry, 310. It will be 300,000.
300,000 and you own it since 1978?
Yeah, it's a mansion.
Verga. Eh, okay. Um, wow. And you been renting this property since then?
Yeah.
Oh, so you more than made money back. I understand where you're coming from, though. I always, of course, everybody's looking to make the most, right?
Hmm.
I mean, Adriana, you won't have to wait 6 months if you come with us.
Hmm.
We can actually get it guarantee that you can get this. We can get this through in less than a month.
Hmm.
For a cash offer, what would be the number that you take? What's the best that you can do for a cash offer?
Hmm. I don't think I will do less than 280.
280?
Hmm.
280. Okay. Why don't we do something? I mean, you decide. Um, 280 is still a little bit too high for me because I have to make repairs for the property. Um, However, I understand, and if you don't have, if you're willing to wait, the possibility that the house doesn't sell is there, and if your realtor is going to manage all the showings with the tenants, and the tenants are going to be okay with that, then perfect. Um, I'll call you in about a month and a half, just to check in how you're doing. If you need
Hmm.
anything, um, before then, you can call me. I'm
Okay.
letting it go because this is a person that's not motivated. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally understand. Yeah, at some point you have to let him go.
but great combo, by the way.
Yeah.
Can't mess
Yeah.
with but if he's like, okay, shit, like 190, you got something there, 190, I
Well,
mean, if he says 190, you're like, okay, so you just go back to like the thing that I said with the tenants. Okay, I got
it's
you.
because like 310 to 190, like that's $100,000.
There's actually 120 to 310.
Yeah. So like somebody's going to think that's 100,020. Like I don't think your most deals are in like this category, are they?
No, no, nobody's gonna think that. But some people are gonna think like, I mean, an investor is gonna see it and be like, okay, man, shit, I could probably make fucking 40K with this deal.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay, well, um, okay, I think we went through it.
Yeah.
And then it will be just different, like it will just be handling objections by that
Pretty
point.
much. Pretty much. Do you wanna keep doing some role plays and calm next week, or you feel pretty good?
No, like I love doing this. I love the role plays. I need them still, you know? Like I had to stop, we had to think. Like all of that is so important because the more that you do it, the more that you can actually get better at it. And you don't want to be totally practicing in all your prospects, you know?
Yeah, exactly. True.
Like you want to know that you're like as close as possible to actually doing it as good as possible, the best that you can actually do.
Yeah, that is
S-
true.
So, like, you we had to stop, we had to think, we have to, all of that is gonna keep coming up until we're actually good, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I know.
And I am doing this like I have several purposes with this. I definitely want to do some deals right here. I have deals and I'm trying to gain like increase my skills for my car deals. And I want to offer the service of coaching people in sales for spas and holistic facilities. And I want to do email marketing with that and like create like offers for those things, for health, holistic facilities. Just because it's a passion of mine, I love holistic health. So, um,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, so like now, yeah, so I just want to get good. Like that's my main purpose. So I want to practice as much as possible. Like you, I don't know what's going on with your life, but you are like very busy. And I know, it's it's a lot of things happening, so I totally understand that too. And I am available if you like want to practice at least twice a week. I'm up for it. Like I would love to practice at least twice a week. More if possible
Okay.
for a couple of weeks, not forever, and just for like 3 weeks max, and then like we should be good.
Huh. Well, let's do it. This week, I don't know if I can. Um, well, maybe I can tomorrow, pero or Friday, but I cannot do Saturday or Sunday. But tomorrow or Friday, we can probably get together again. Let's just keep it under 2 hours. So just so you know, it should be more than enough under 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, girl. I'm gonna let you go. You have a good
Bye.
night.
You too.